a hall in the Duke's palace. Enter the Duke of Ephesus, Aegeon the merchant. Of Syracuse, Jaller, officers, and other attendants.
Proceed, Solanus, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death end woes and all. Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws.
The enmity and discord, which of late
sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke, to merchants, our well-dealing countrymen, who, wanting guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed his rigorous statutes with their bloods, excludes all pity from our threatening looks. For since the disturbaments and of two lictics thy seditious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synods been decreed, both by the Syracusians and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay more, if any born at Ephesus be seen at any Syracusian marts and fairs, again, if any Syracusian born come to the bay of Ephesus on aid dies, his goods confiscate to the Duke's dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied, to quit the penalty and to ransom him, thy substance, valued at the highest rate, cannot amount unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die. Yet this my comfort, when your words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusian, say in brief the cause, why thou departedst from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not have been imposed than I to speak my griefs unspeakable. Yet that the world may witness that my end was wrought by nature, not by vile offence, I'll utter what my sorrow gives me leave. In Syracuse was I born, and wed unto a woman, happy but for me, and by me had not our hap been bad. With her I lived in joy, our wealth increased, by prosperous voyages I often made, to Epidamnum, till my factor's death, and the great care of goods at random left, drew me from kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old, before herself, almost at fainting under dub, the pleasing punishment that women bear, had made provision for her following me, and soon and safe arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became a joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, and, which was strange, the one so like the other. As companies accumulate large volumes of digital assets, it becomes more challenging to organize its gretny, mes norkin and massatin from them as stalls away to undersack to moves. I bought alike those for their parents were exceeding poor. I bought and brought up to attend my sons.
Nay, forward, old man, do not break off so, for we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Oh, had the gods done so, I had not now worthily termed them merciless to us. For, ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were incurred by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon, our helpful ship was splitted in the midst, so that in this unjust divorce of us, fortune had left to both of us alike, what to delight in, what to sorrow for. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened, with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind, and in our sight they 3 were taken up, by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought. At length another ship had seized on us, and, knowing whom it was their hap to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishers of their prey, had not their bark been very slow of sail, and therefore homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you heard me severed from my bliss, that by misfortunes was my life prolonged, to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to dilate at full what have befallen of them and thee till now.
My youngest boy, and yet my eldest care, at 18 years became inquisitive, after his brother, and importuned me, that his attendant so, his case was like, reft of his brother, but retained his name, might bear him company in the quest of him, whom whilst I laboured of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward came to Athens. Hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, all that or any place that harbours men. But here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me they live.
Hapless Aegeon, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now trust me, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes, would they, may not disannul, my soul should sue as advocate for thee. But though thou art adjudged to the death, and past sentence may not be recalled, but to our honour's great disparagement, yet will I favour thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day, to seek thy help by beneficial hap. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus, beg thou or borrow to make up the sum, and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Gaoler, take him to thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegeon wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Exeunt.